Stop number 23 on the NNSCRA Pizza Hut Truck Series brings us to North Wilkesboro Speedway, the little 5/8 mile short track sitting in the brushy hills of North Carolina, or I should say a 2/3 mile short track, I should say. It's 0.625 miles in length. As we are set to go racing for 60 laps of racing. Here's the starting lineup. On the pole today, it is number 52, Matt McIntyre in his Toyota. He's alongside Keith Batson in number 88. Row 2 has number 23, Stephen Cologne, and number 98, Kat Batson. She's alongside. She's right behind her husband here. See what they can make a tandem for their way up front. Third row sees number 21, Cole Deaver, and 44, Kyle Matthews. Matthews has one of our 3-in truck cameras in today's race. Fourth row sees number 24, Nathan Orman, and 87, Daniel Bouchard. Next row has Dylan Young, who has our 2nd-in truck camera. He's alongside number 4. It is William Brock. Then it's number 6, Quentin Moore, and 10, Joshua Osborne. Osborne has our 3rd-in truck camera. Next row has Johnny Gardner in number 29 and number 19. That is Rob Evans sitting alongside. Next row has 51, Laura Chung, and number 45, Diego Yepes. That's number 11, Mitchell Collins. Alongside of him will be number 00, Paul Minnick. Next row down has 54, Kev Scheer, and 75, Jesse Turner. Then it's number 68, Zachary Fitzwater, and 99, Carson Gum. Next row down is number 7, Ashlyn Boyd, and number 16, Nathan Hudson. Next row down is John Andrews in number 40. He's alongside Jacob Thibodeau in number 33. Then it's Scott Upton, number 38 on the inside of the next row. He's alongside number 74. That is James Sykes. Next row down is number 15, Brad Stover, and number 8, that is Roberto Crown Jr. Next row down is Pedro Lucas in 17, and number 9, Seth Cole. Then it's number 3, Phil Parker, and 18, Matt Haas. And starting shotgun will be number 13, Val Moscow. So 35 trucks are lined up for racing here today, as the command is about to be given to fire the engines for this race here. And let's listen in.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
The command has been given to fire the engines as we are set to go racing here, as the pace truck leads the field around for the pace lap. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. Pace truck is about to come off on the pit road here. Again, they're in truck cameras, so we mentioned. Will be Joshua Osborne, Dylan Young, and Kyle Matthews. We'll be carrying in truck cameras for today's race here. Matt McIntyre and Keith Batson leading down the start-finish line. You know Keith's going to try his darndest to try to get that first lap led, as he is the points leader coming into this race. The green flag flies. We're underway at North Wilkesboro. Matt McIntyre has one win in the season. That came at California Speedway back early in the season. That was the 5th race of the year, or the season, I should say, in the Hunt Brothers Pizza Hut Truck Series, as they come off turn number 4. And so we have lap number 1 completed, and problems already on the front stretch. It's 75, Jesse Turner, and the 7 truck of Ashlyn Boyd. As the first yellow flag of the day flies on the completion of the first lap of the race, as Matt McIntyre will lead him down the start-finish line. Stephen Cologne is in 2nd position, then Keith Batson in 3rd, Nathan Orman in 4th, and Cole Deaver right now in 5th position. As several trucks, they better be getting stopped here. There we go. I thought it was going to have a stack up right there behind on the So anyway, the first caution flag of the day flying on at the end of the first lap, as Jesse Turner got tapped by the 0 Paul Minnick, sends him right into the 7 Ashlyn Boyd. Sends them both around right there across the start finish line. Boyd almost comes back right into Scott Upton's truck, the 38. And Boyd comes away with hardly any damage. And I think same with Turner. I think those two trucks may still make a go of it, possibly. So no harm, no foul. We will return for the restart here after this. So pace truck is about to come up on the pit road here. So we're about to get the restart here on lap number 8. So it'll be 7 laps in the books and 53 to go here at this racetrack. We mentioned Matt McIntyre's your leader. Second position is Stephen Colon and Keith Batson, Nathan Ormond, and Cole Deaver the top 5. Then Kyle Matthews, Kat Batson, Dylan Young, Dana Bouchard, and Johnny Gardner, I believe, is the top 10 in this race. Green flag back out. We're back underway here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Cole Deaver moves to the left side. He gets past Nathan Ormond in number 24. And Kat Batson also trying to get by Kyle Matthews in number 44 as they go into turn number 1. Front 3 trucks have broken away just a little bit here. Now Kat's now caught in the middle of the track here almost, and she almost gets turned by Dylan Young in the 2 truck. They come out turn number 4 here, and oh, Dylan just about turned Kat once again, and Dylan got sideways, come off turn number 4. And it's now letting Johnny Gardner move to the low side now as they come off turn number 2. 3 wide between he, Dylan Young, and Kyle Matthews, and the yellow flag's flown for the second time. We'll get back to that here in just a second. Oh no, don't go 4 wide. Yes, they're going 4 wide, and whoa! 4 wide to the line on the short track. I never thought I'd see something like that. And Johnny Gardner got turned by Daniel Bouchard under the pace lap, under caution. Well, that escalated quickly. I don't know what that was all about. I'm sure Daniel not happy with Johnny Gardner, looks like. And we'll look and see what happened to cause the yellow flag to fly. And I think it's Pedro Lucas in the 17 truck, I believe, that has spun. Actually, it was not Pedro Lucas that spun. It was the 16 of Nathan Hudson, I believe. They came off the nose of they got into John Andrews and then got off John Andrews in the 40 truck. Spins right in front of Keb Shearer in the 54 truck there, and everybody's going to scatter around all over the place. James Sykes tries to find a way to miss a crash, but unfortunately does not. He hits the 16 truck, as did Brad Stober in the 15 truck. So that happened right there. And here they come out, and here's that wild battle. They came out to number 4. 4 wide between Bouchard, Young, Gardner, and Matthews. Meantime, Joshua Osborne almost got turned by the 6 of Quentin Moore. And now watch what happened between Bouchard and Gardner. The 87 and the 29 trucks, those two Fords. Questionable move right there. And then Kyle Matthews almost gets right into the 29 truck, but Quentin Moore rears the back of the 87 of Bouchard. So tempers flaring already on the 11th lap here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. We'll be back for the restart. So 2 caution flags has flown in the first 15 laps of this race here today. And 35 trucks remain on the track, and all of them on the lead lap. It is Matt McIntyre, your leader. Second is Stephen Colon. Third is Keith Batson. Fourth is Cole Deaver. Then it is Nathan Ormond, Kat Batson, Dylan Young, Johnny Gardner, Daniel Bouchard, and Kyle Matthews, the top 10. Averaging so far 61 miles an hour here at this track as the green flag flies. We're back underway. On lap number 16, we have now 45 to go. And here comes Cologne looking to the low side of Matt McIntyre for the number 1 spot as they come off turn number 4. Cologne in the 23, McIntyre in 52. They're bumper to bumper down in the turn number 1. Cologne's going to try to move the McIntyre up the track in the 52 truck. They're going to go side by side up turn number 2. Meantime, there were 3 wide back there between Batson, Ormond, and Deaver. And off the 4 turn to come, is it going to be Cologne or McIntyre leading that lap? It's going to be Stephen Cologne leading that lap. And meantime, Keith Batson right there behind in the 88 truck there as he's trying to get his 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Here come on turn number 4, and he may possibly do so. They go into turn number 1 here. Batson side by side with McIntyre and Cologne both as they come through turns number 1 and 2. Chevy in first, Ford in second, Toyota in third, and you got Chevy in fourth with Ormond as he's gotten by Cat Batson for that position. Now Ormond's going to throw his hat in the ring. He's going to battle for second place. And he and McIntyre just about got into each other. And also Johnny Gardner in that blue truck way back in the background. He got real tail happy off turn number 4. And Keith Batson gets his 5 points and he leads his first lap of the race. So off turn number 4 they come, and Cologne's going to slide back just a little bit in that 23 machine. So Ormond now goes to second position, going for 3 in a row. He won Talladega and Martinsville, the last 2 races we brought to you on the tour. And the yellow flag is going to fly for the 3rd time here today as they come off the 4th turn. And this time it's Roberto Crown Jr. And here comes the leaders. Don't hit him. There we go. We got it all. They all got it wound up in time right there. So Roberto Crown Jr. was able to pull away and not be able to get lapped, I think. Roberto got turned around by the last place truck of Pedro Lucas. That's kind of adding insult to injury right there for the 8 of Roberto Crown Jr. as he got turned. So lucky for Roberto, no damage to the number 8 Chevrolet of his. He's able to get his truck back going again, though. Meantime, Keith Batson's already taken the caution flag, so Roberto got saved right there because he got spun and slid across the start-finish line, so he was unable to be lapped by the leader. So here we go. So here we go. All 35 trucks remain in the race, and all 35 of them again on the lead lap. Working to complete the 26th lap at North Wilkesboro Speedway as we're about to get the restart. It'll be on the 27th lap of this race here as we're getting set for the restart here. It'll be on lap number 27. We are down to 34 to go. Almost halfway home here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Green flag flies. We're backing away from the 3rd caution flag of the day. It's Keith Batson, your leader. Second is Nathan Ormond. Cat Batson, Keith's wife, running in 3rd position. Here comes Ormond down the low side of the track. You're trying for the lead. Daniel Bouchard runs in 5th position, or 4th position, I should say, and 5th right now. Actually, he's running 5th there. 4th is Matt McIntyre, actually, in the number 52 machine. Ormond, meantime, he goes to the low side once again, trying for the lead here, and he got loose coming off turn number 4. But he's going to make the move inside. Nope, Batson's going to throw the block on him off turn number 1. And into turn number 2 they come here. Batson trying to hold off the snarling pack of trucks. In the meantime, Matt McIntyre goes inside of Keith Batson's wife, Kat, in the 98 truck here. That's a battle for 3rd position as Ormond still tries to close up on Keith, by the way, in the number 88 truck. Bouchard runs in 5th position. Kyle Matthews in 6th place in the number 44 truck. That's the Natalie Decker truck he's driving here. And behind him, another girl truck, I guess you could say. The one usually driven by Jennifer Jo Cobb. This one, that's the truck that Joshua Osborne drives in this series here, and he's running in 7th position. 8th is Dylan Young. 9th is Stephen Cologne. He's dropping back a bit. 10th is Johnny Gardner, and they're battling for 9th right now. The number 29 and 23 trucks here, and Johnny's buddy Rob Evans behind him in the 19 truck. As they come off turn number 2, so far so good right now here, and Matt McIntyre's up the track right now, big time. Daniel Bouchard off turn number 4. Oh, and he and Matthews and McIntyre just about got together. Matthews trying to get around Bouchard for 5th position, and he will do so. He's got about a half a truck length off turn number 2. And he'll get by Bouchard, so does Osborne, and so does possibly Dylan Young. And Dylan Young, meantime, trying to get around Joshua in the number 2 machine. Joshua in the 10, of course, that black and pink truck. So Osborne up to 6th, Young up to 7th, Bouchard slides to 8th. Here comes Johnny Gardner down the inside for 8th spot. And he's got his buddy Rob Evans behind him. So two out of the Gardner Evans Motorsports trucks running in the top 10 right now. The 29 and the 19, albeit one's a Ford and the other's a Toyota. But and you got a quasi teammate, if you will, right there of those two, right there with Zachary Fitzwater. He runs right now in the 11th position. That's a Chevrolet he's driving. Behind him is William Brock. He runs 12th position right now. Columbus dropped to 13th. Battle for 14th going on between Mitchell Collins and Cole Deaver. As they come off the second turn here. John Andrews is 16th. 17th is Paul Minnick. 18th is Quentin Moore. 19th is Diego Yepes. 20th, battling for 20th, is Seth Cullen Carson Gum. With Laura Chung behind him in the 51 truck. She runs in 21st. Actually, excuse me, she runs 22nd, excuse me. 23rd is Matt Haas. And Jacob Thibodeau, Dale Moscow. Kev Sheeran, 26th. 27th is Brad Stover. James Sykes with Jesse Turner and Nathan Hudson, as long with Roberto Crown Jr. And, oh, he almost got turned again. He slams the wall this time on the inside pit wall and comes back almost against Phil Parker in the 3 truck. Scott Upton goes by the 8 truck as well, too, and Parker trying to get around the Roberto Crown Jr. machine. Ashlyn Boyd and Pedro Lucas right now, they're the last 2 trucks running in the race right now at this point. Back up front, it's still Keith Batson, your leader, as we're now approaching 20 laps remaining here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Nathan Orman is still in second position, looking for his 3rd win in the row. He won, as we mentioned, at Martinsville and Talladega. Batson has won 3 times this season so far. Is looking for his 4th win of the season. He won the season at Sonoma. He also won at Charlotte, and he also won at Bristol. This season, I think Bristol, he either won Bristol or Richmond. I forget which track he won, but anyway, it was one of those 2 tracks. But anyway, he's won one on the short track, one on a 1.5 miles, and one on a road course. This season in the NNSCRA Pizza Hut Truck Series, Batson looking for his, as we mentioned, his 4th victory this season, and looking to extend his lead in the points chase. His wife, Kat, meantime, right now is running 2nd in points. She is in 3rd position, having a solid run herself. And at number 98 Ford, as she now runs in battle for 4th, going on between 52 truck of the pole sitter Matt McIntyre and the 44 of Kyle Matthews. That is 4th and 5th respectively here. Toyota versus Chevrolet going at it right here. And you got 2 Chevys battling for position. That's for 6th between Dylan Young and Joshua Osborne. As they come off the 4th turn right now, Young has 6th, Osborne running 7th. Again, Johnny Gardner's in 8th. 9th is Rob Evans, and 10th right now is Daniel Bouchard. But right now, this is the battle for the victory here today. As they come off the 2nd turn, we'll be completing 46 laps. We'll be down to 14 laps to go in this race here, as Orman still trying to find a way around Keith Batson, trying to find any weakness out of that number 88 truck. But Kat Batson is closing up a little bit, though. This time by, she was about less than 0.8 of a second behind the 98 truck, or behind the 24 truck, excuse me. So you got Chevrolet right now sandwiched in between 2 Fords in the top 3 positions right now. Both those Fords prepared by KAB Enterprises. Off the 2nd turn they come here. Batson, and Kat Batson I should say, closing up a little bit. She's closing down to about 0.7 of a second now. So how much does this time by? Ormond, 2,800s behind Keith, but Cat's still about 72,000, still 7,200s back. As they come off to number 4 here, Ormond. Down into turn number 1 they go here as they laps click off here. We're at 50 laps in the books. We're now down to 10 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And Kat Batson that time lost a little bit of time, but there she still remains within a second of her husband Keith. But she's trying to close up on Nathan Ormond, trying to give the Batson family a 1-2 finish here, but Ormond's the one that she's trying to catch at this point. She's not making much headway of doing so. Neither she's now close the gap between her and Ormond to about 6,900ths of a second now, while Ormond's faded back a little bit, somewhat from Keith's truck. So the margin is this time by it's now 3,200ths of a second, and so margin staying a little bit consistent between those two trucks right there as they go into turn number 3 now. Continue to watch this. We go back to this battle between Matt McIntyre and Kyle Matthews. Matthews goes to the low side off turn number 4, trying to find any weakness out of Matt's truck, but to no avail at this point. But Matthews on the high side, trying to find a run on the high side. Still stays on the back bumper of the 52 machine. And that's letting Dylan Young and Joshua Osborne possibly in this battle as well, too. They are 6th and 7th right now. In the meantime, Nathan Ormond really fell back from Keith Batson. It's now 4,500ths per second between the front two trucks. Off the 4 turn they come here. Nathan's still trying to close up. And he didn't that time. It's now 4,800ths of a second, and the lead is now the margin interval between he and Cat Batson now is now a little bit over 0.6 of a second. So those 3 trucks are racing their hearts out right now for position here as they go into turn number 1 here, as Keith Batson knows he's now got coming down for 3 laps to go this time by for the number 88 Mold Armor Menards Ford. Off the 4 turn he comes here, pulling away from the number 24 truck of Nathan Ormond. So words you like to hear from your spotter though. You're out front, you're down to the late laps, and you're pulling away. In the turn number 1 they go here. 2 laps to go for Keith Batson, averaging so far 84 miles per hour as they come off the 2nd turn here. As you'll see the white flag this time, but this will be big win for Batson in the championship picture. White flag waves, 1 lap remaining for the number 88 Ford. It'll be Batson's 4th win of the season. As we mentioned, he won at Sonoma, he won at Charlotte, and he also won, I believe, at Richmond, this season. But he's going to add North Wilkesboro to the list. Checkered flag, Keith Batson wins at North Wilkesboro. The number 88 Menards Mold Armor Ford takes the victory here today. Nathan Ormond comes home 2nd. 3rd will go to Cat Batson. 4th to Matt McIntyre as he holds off Kyle Matthews. And Dylan Young holds off Joshua Osborne to take 6th position. Osborne comes home 7th. Johnny Gardner 8th. Rob Evans 9th. And Daniel Bouchard finishes in 10th. Average speed 85.069 miles per hour. As average speed, as I mentioned, 85 miles per hour in this race here. 23 races in the books, and we are now 3 races from the finish. as we'll head to Phoenix next, and on the Five Flag Speedway, and then on to Homestead for the finale. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Stephen Colon comes home with a solid 11th place finish. 12th will go to Cole Deaver. 13th to Zachary Fitzwater. William Brock with a 14th place finish here today. 15th will go to Quentin Moore. 16th, John Andrews. Seth Cole 17th. 18th to Paul Minnick. 19th to Mitchell Collins. And Laura Chung comes home in 20th. 21st will be Matt Haast and Diego Yepes. Excuse me. Jacob Thibodeau, Val Moscow, Carson Gum, Keb Shearer, Jesse Turner, Brad Stover, James Sykes, and Nathan Hudson, the top 30. Then the rest of the finishing order, Phil Parker, Roberto Crown Jr., Scott Upton, Pedro Lucas, and Ashlyn Boyd. All the finishers in today's race, all 35 trucks finished, and all 35 of them finished on the lead lap. So that will do here today at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Congratulations once again to Keith Batson, the winner in today's race in the NNSCRA Pizza Hut Truck Series. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got inner races, we got gaming videos, we got inner online videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA and Seth Cole desires to have for this channel. Be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, which is also on this channel as well, too. It's the main series on this channel as well, too. And also be sure to check out our other two channels that does NNSCRA offline racing. That would be X8675309-858X. That's Dylan Young's channel. He's the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. And also, so give that channel a subscribe, and also subscribe to Thrash Maniac 99. He's the man who does the NNSCRA. He's the man who does the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. That's Levi McIntyre's channel. So give those two channels a sub, as well as the channel you're watching right here too. Give this one a sub as well if you like what you're seeing. So that will do it here today at North Wilkesboro Speedway. For now, this is James Qualls. It's been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you at Phoenix.